When you drive a private hire vehicle in London, a non-fault accident does two things instantly. It damages your car, and it completely freezes your daily income. You get rear-ended on a wet road, and suddenly your priority shifts from finishing your shift to figuring out how to keep earning. Your insurance company will likely jump in quickly. They will offer you a standard courtesy car to get you physically back behind the wheel as soon as possible. It sounds like exactly what you need. But a standard family hatchback from an insurer is not plated. It is not operator-ready. It keeps you mobile for groceries, but useless for your trade. Under Transport for London's 2026 rules, this creates a professional standstill. Because the car is not licensed for private hire, you are unable to pick up passengers, meaning your daily income stays at zero. Right now, there is a rumor tearing through driver forums. You will hear people say that because of the 2026 rules, every single replacement PHV must be a brand new, expensive, zero-emission capable vehicle. Prioritizing physical mobility over regulatory compliance is a trap. If the vehicle fails TfL's specific licensing pathway, you suffer 100% professional downtime, while your daily expenses continue to mount. TfL does not process your personal situation. They do not care that your working car was written off yesterday. They only evaluate the regulatory history of the specific vehicle you submit to them. Under the 2026 rules, TfL divides every vehicle into one of two categories. The car is either new to TfL or it is already licensed. This diagram illustrates exactly how TfL views your options. Everything hinges on whether the vehicle has ever sat inside their system before. Let's look at the first path. Say you buy a used hybrid car. If that exact car has never held a London PHV license before, TfL treats it as a brand new first-time application. Because it is treated as a first-time application, it gets hit with the strictest criteria. That vehicle must be zero-emission capable and meet Euro 6 emission standards. Fully electric and hydrogen cars pass automatically, but this rule severely limits your budget-friendly options. Assuming the word replacement means the same to TfL as it does to you is the mistake that leads to emissions tests you cannot pass. There is a completely different route. This is the path for a candidate vehicle that already has a recorded TfL PHV licensing history. If the vehicle is already licensed by TfL, the rules change completely. The major advantage here is that you completely bypass the strict first-time zero-emission capable requirements. You do not need a newly compliant CEC vehicle, but there is a serious trade-off. Vehicles on this path are strictly bound by an age limit. The car can be no older than 10 years at the exact time of relicensing. This timeline illustrates the trap. A previously licensed car has a shrinking window of compliance. Before you commit any money or sign a contract, you must meticulously verify the vehicle's exact registration age. Guessing by the year on the license plate is not accurate enough. Sourcing a previously licensed car protects you from the expensive ZEC rules, but it only works if you can definitively prove the vehicle hasn't aged out of the system while you were acquiring it. A dealer or a rental provider might tell you a car is ideal for PCO use. That confident verbal promise offers you zero legal protection when TfL processes your application. The burden of proving a vehicle's compliance sits entirely on your shoulders. You need hard documentary evidence. First, demand the prior TfL licensing paperwork from the seller or provider. That is the only way to prove the car actually belongs on the existing license pathway. Second, if you are looking at a first-time licensing vehicle, independently verify the CO2 emissions data using the DVLA or VCA online tools. When you pull up the registration details, look right here. This cross-references V5C data to give you the exact CO2 figure TfL will look at. Third, confirm the vehicle's exact zero-emission electric range. Do not guess. Check the manufacturer's certificate of conformity. Finally, if you are attempting a hybrid route, verify that the baseline internal combustion engine meets Euro 6 standards. Relying on a handshake instead of manually cross-referencing these 4 specific data points is a reckless gamble with your livelihood. Let's bring this back to the immediate reality of a crashed vehicle. You need to choose a replacement strategy right now without triggering a compliance disaster. Look at this chart mapping out your real-world options. We are plotting speed against your actual ability to earn income. The standard courtesy car option sits down in the bottom right. High speed to acquire, but zero ability to earn income because it fails your operator requirements. An independent hybrid vehicle purchase sits over in the top left. High ability to earn, but painfully slow to acquire, because you carry the massive burden of verifying all that regulatory paperwork. There is a third option. You can leverage a specialist network designed exclusively for professional drivers. This puts you in the top right corner. A specialist like-for-like replacement gives you the speed of a courtesy car, but with a fully plated vehicle that lets you earn immediately. By using a tailored, professional pathway, you do not have to choose between getting back on the road quickly and staying legally compliant. This is exactly where Accident Assist Network steps in. They coordinate your vehicle recovery, manage the repairs, and supply a licensing-aware, operator-ready replacement PHV. In non-fault accidents, this specialist coordination and replacement support can be arranged with zero upfront cost to you, but you must read the terms and conditions thoroughly. If the at-fault insurer disputes the claim or delays payment, you can become liable for credit services under your contract. Clear paperwork protects your position. Your choice of replacement vehicle is a compliance decision. It determines your ability to legally return to work and maintain your licensing status under the 2026 standards. If your car is off the road after a non-fault accident, reach out for practical guidance in English, Romanian, Urdu, Tamil, or Hindi. In the highly regulated landscape of 2026 London, protecting your income requires a partner who understands TfL's rulebook just as well as they understand post-accident recovery.